The healing group is a smaller group within the larger A Search for God study group. A group within a group. Dream of Tuesday morning, 15th September 1931. The Norfolk group were gathered for the reading on their first lesson. 295 sat down by my side, laid her hand on mine and spoke to the group, saying that, with their permission and mine, she would tell them what the reading was going to tell each to do. 560 said, "Well, 295, I've been expecting that all the time." 295 said, "Have you?" She answered, "I certainly have." Then all the group laughed. 295 seemed set back, not knowing whether to go on or not. She asked me if she should go on, and I said, "Certainly, if you have anything to tell them, go ahead." Then she began to tell them. I don't remember what she told each to do, except that she said, "We will have a healing circle. 993 will be the leader, 560 will be the interpreter of what each want, and how the circle is to pray for the individual, and we will have spiritual healing." She chose 993, Mrs. 69, Mrs. 2112, Mr. 2124, 341, and 560. 993 insisted that 295 should be the leader, but 295 said that 993 should be the leader. Then I saw a place I had never seen before. 295 was doing the talking, and they were trying to decide as to which hour was the hour for prayer. 295 said, "We will have prayer twice each day, at 7 o'clock in the morning and 6 o'clock in the evening." They all said they couldn't be there twice a day all the time, and 295 said, "If we are in earnest we will be here, and that's the correct time." Some said, "Well, that's the Mohammedan hour of prayer." 295 said, "I know it, but that's the right time." Then I saw them preparing the breathing exercises and the manner in which they were to act for that particular thing that 560 pointed out which they were to do, and 295 was leading them. This, as has been seen, is as the promise that was given in 262:1, that each in his or her individual way and manner would be given a vision, a message, as to his or her part or portion in the undertaking to which the group as a group, individuals as individuals had pledged themselves. As indicated, there had been left a most important part of a program that should be begun with the studies undertaken from time to time. In not seeing what each was to give to the particular lesson, they were each to determine and ask in their own way, for their own enlightenment. As seen, the body could lead in that portion or part of the work, aided and abetted by those who were seen in the vision as it happened. Well, then, that this group when others have given, or sought to know their part that this group has seen, the seven, be given that as an additional portion of their part in the work. To be sure, this will be altered as to meeting, as to times, yet eventually this group may hold with even thousands of others such a prayer for those who are sick or afflicted in any manner, and they to whom the will is given will receive that they seek through the efforts of these who were with him. Are the seven presented to me in dream to be the healing group, or was this emblematical? This is both emblematical and is, in fact, the portion of the group that should begin their activities in this definite line and manner, aided by all who may seek or desire to be a portion of same. These, as given, leading in their respective places and times. For as each of these gather as a body for aid to another, there will be from time to time a message from one to another. This is not only a promise, it's a threat. Be mindful of it, but be faithful to each as they are received. Please explain just what was meant by the following 262:2, given in a reading of September 20, 1931, regarding this group. For as each of these gather as a body for aid to another, there will be from time to time a message from one to another. This is not only a promise, it's a threat. Be mindful of it, but faithful to each as they are received. As there are the messages, or those feelings that come, as the activity of the Spirit and the experiences of each individual these come. Those that are faithful to give to others that is received are then carrying forward that which has been taken as an obligation and becoming a channel of blessing, through which the spirit forces may manifest in their relationships one to another. As to the threat that has been given, he that putteth his hand to the plough and turns back is worse than the infidel, or, as was given by him, as master among men, he that would offend one of these, the least of my little ones, better that a millstone were hanged about his neck, and he were cast into the depths. Or he that having taken on a vow and then is unfaithful to same, when the last estate of that entity is seen it is worse than the first, but be thou faithful. As each uses those talents, those abilities, the understanding will come. For, as has been given, each have been chosen of him, and each have their own duty as relation one to another, as a group, to perform that undertaken. The 281 readings can be divided up into three main sections: Prayer Group Readings 42, Revelation Readings 11, Endocrine Gland Readings 12, Total Readings 65. We, the group designated as the healing group, have gathered here to seek through these channels to know why and how we are fitted to carry on this special part of the work. Please guide us into the right path, that we may know thy will and be used to do thy work. Each are fitted and fitting themselves by the one common purpose: to be a manifestation of his love in this particular experience. As they fit themselves in their respective niches in this ideal, this purpose, the same. As a group, as an individual, may lose self in love and service to others. Outline our individual work, and indicate that which needs to be stressed in our meditations to better fit us for carrying on our part. As is to be stressed in this individual's portion of same, is raising the Christ consciousness in self, and visualizing its activity upon that one, or those, to whom the aid is to be brought. And as ye ask in my name, believing, so shall it be in the self-same hour, and there will be given to this body a sign, an emblem, of self's being raised to that consciousness of healing in the activities of self's own actions. That of the feeling and seeing of the Christ in the present. Be not overcome. For it is my peace I give unto thee. Not as the world gives peace, but as that consciousness in self of self's own associations in the material and spiritual plane. Please explain the message given to me in the healing, when it says, there are many considerations to be given in this entity's preparation for this particular phase of work, as the association of the individual, as an individual, with members of the group. As the entity's development is, that there must be raised in each individual that consciousness of the indwelling, or to put it in material manner, the superseding of the Christ consciousness in that matter that would be healed, whether by its injection by those that through cooperation, raise such vibrations in an individual, or through that of one individual, raising same in self. Self-surrendering first, then raise the consciousness that will supersede, will overcome. For only in his name may the world and its environs be overcome. For, as he overcame even death, so may he in his name overcome the ills that the flesh is heir to, through its advent into a material world. I am not of this world. Ye are not of this world, if ye abide in me. But I may only be manifest in the material world through thine own raising of that consciousness. As I abide in the Father, and ye abide in me, I in ye in me, we may bring that to pass as ye seek. As the vibrations in self may be raised to that of the healing force as goes out from a soul to seek a union with those ills and individuals, so may the self raise within self that consciousness that knocks at thine own heart, that would enter and tarry there. Keep that inner voice. Speak gently, speak kindly, knowing that in harmony of purpose may each add their part to that to be accomplished in those seeking. Those that would then be healed must seek through these channels. As there comes that consciousness in self, in the gathering of the group to be fed by the Master's hand, so may the designations of that each is to raise in themselves for the accomplishing of that being sought by the seeker, so may this entity, this body, be that as would designate the individuals and their activity in each assemblage for the healing to come in his wings, and when the door is shut in self to the outside, may there come the consciousness in self of that abiding spirit that wept with thee, that rejoiced with thee, in those days when death came near to thee. That of bringing the spirit of understanding to those as gather in his name, even as the blessings came with the ministry in those of the temple days, and there was read in the hearing of those that sought to know the way, sought to know the understanding of that would be accomplished in their lives, and as the blessings came in making the mind as the child, so in the simpleness of that touch, as comes with the knowledge of his presence, so will this entity aid the others in drawing near to that of the perfect union of aim, desire, and purpose. As the entity gathers strength in the crystallizing in self, that power as draws others to the knowledge of having been with him in daily walks of life now, so will the strength be given to others, as they seek through the union of strength in the group to know the healing in his voice, his understanding. And to thee will be given that sign, you shall hear his voice call. Be not unmindful as the call comes. As there was strength given in the faith shown, in the crying out, so as these gather in that hour of seeking aid through that same channel, so will this entity bring faith, hope, cheer, to those as they gather as a group seeking his power to be demonstrated, manifested, made clear, in the lives of those seeking in the now. So keep thine counsel. Take thine cares to him, as thou didst. So is the power the same yesterday, today, forever. Even as there was the call in the past of those that needed his love, his understanding, so may that part be in making known to others that there is that power being made manifest through this group, who put their trust in him. For the way ye know, even as it was given thee, and the place ye know. For ye may make many to know his name, even as I call thee by name. Heed, as thou didst of old. For this purpose brought I thee into being, that my love may be known in this land. Be faithful unto the end. We are through.